Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer, where we're diving headfirst into an incredibly action-packed ancient story. We're talking about choices, respect, and some absolutely huge consequences. We're looking at a super fascinating piece of history from Genesis chapter 34. And let me tell you, this isn't just some dusty old tale. It is a vibrant, energetic clash between two families that's completely full of twists, turns, and intense drama. So grab your seats and get ready because we're going to see how one single action can set off an absolute shockwave.
So here's a massive question to kick us off today. What actually happens when one terrible decision collides with a secret, carefully laid trap? Just think about it for a second. When someone does something incredibly wrong, and the other side pretends they're totally okay with it while secretly plotting a fierce response, well, you just know an epic confrontation is brewing, right? The tension in this historical account is literally sky high from the very first moment.
Our story starts simply enough. Dinah, who's the daughter of Jacob and Leah, decides to go out and visit the local girls in the land. Picture this in your mind: a bustling, vibrant, ancient city. There are bright colors everywhere, merchants are trading, people are talking and laughing. Dinah's just stepping out to explore and connect with the locals. But unfortunately, her peaceful visit is about to take a very dark and totally unexpected turn when she gets spotted by the local ruler's son. And that local ruler is a man named Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite. And Shechem makes a terrible, inexcusable choice. He spots Dinah, grabs her, and defiles her. Now, to defile someone means to completely ruin, disrespect, or commit a severe wrong against them. It was an absolute outrage. He took away her choice entirely. But incredibly, right after doing this terrible thing, Shechem decides he's suddenly fallen deeply in love with Dinah and he wants to marry her. Now, we have an intense clash of motives. It's like a giant puzzle with pieces that just don't fit. On one side, we have Shechem and his father Hamor. They come to Jacob and basically try to buy their way out of trouble. They're offering wealth, land, and family alliances. But on the other hand, when Jacob's sons come in from the fields and hear what happened to their sister, they are absolutely heartbroken and furious. They don't want money, they are secretly plotting a fierce, sweeping revenge, and they're using deceit as their main weapon. Let's take a closer look at Hamor's strategy here. He approaches Jacob and tries to smooth things over like it's just a regular business deal. Hamor literally tells them, you will live with us, do business, and acquire possessions here. He's acting like giving Jacob's family a VIP pass to their local economy can somehow fix broken respect and a shattered family boundary. It is an incredible misunderstanding of what truly matters to Dinah's family. And then Shechem takes it even further. He steps up and says, "Ask as large a bride price as you like. I'll pay whatever you tell me." He's offering to pay absolutely anything. He completely misses the point that you cannot just buy forgiveness for such a bad action. He thinks his wealth and status can magically erase the terrible disrespect he showed to Dinah. But let me tell you, the brothers are definitely not having any of it. So Dinah's brothers answered deceitfully. They set up a really painful condition that's disguised as a peace treaty. They tell Hamor and Shechem, "Look, we can't give our sister to someone who isn't circumcised. We'll only agree to this marriage and this alliance if every male in your city becomes like us and gets circumcised." Now, to the town, it just sounds like a strict cultural rule. But as we're about to see, it is actually a carefully laid trap. Now, Shechem is the most respected man in his family, and he wants Dinah so badly that he immediately agrees. He and his father go straight to the city gate and pitch this idea to their leading men. And how on earth do they convince the whole city to undergo this painful procedure? Well, it's greed. They point out how rich they're all going to become once they combine families with Jacob. They literally say, "Won't their cattle, their possessions, and all their animals be ours?" Motivated by the promise of wealth, every single man in the city agrees to do it. Watch how this builds up to a dramatic climax. On day one, the agreement is struck at the city gate. By day two, the entire male population of the city follows through on the condition. But it's day three where the story totally explodes, because on the third day, when all the men of the city are recovering in severe pain and completely unable to fight back, boom, the trap suddenly springs shut. Two of Dinah's brothers, Simeon and Levi, grab their swords and fiercely descend on the city. The men of the city are completely defenseless. The brothers boldly strike down every single male, including Hamor and Shechem, totally defeating them. And in the midst of all this chaotic, sweeping action, they march right into Shechem's house, rescue their sister Dinah, and bring her out safely.
But the aftermath doesn't stop with just Simeon and Levi. The rest of the sons of Jacob entered the city over the fallen men, and they plunder everything as a heavy reprisal for what happened to their sister. They take the flocks, the cattle, the donkeys, literally everything in the city and the field. They even take captives and loot all the houses, completely dismantling the entire city in a massive wave of vengeance.
Now, when Jacob finds out about this massive retaliation, his heart is heavy with fear. He definitely doesn't celebrate. He angrily tells Simeon and Levi, "You have caused me trouble by making me stink in the opinion of the local inhabitants." You see, Jacob realizes that they're a small family, and now all the surrounding Canaanite tribes might team up to attack and destroy his entire household. The son's deceitful trick has suddenly put the whole family in terrible danger.
And this brilliantly illustrates the messy clash of the whole story. Jacob is worried about survival and peace, but the brothers fiercely defend their sister's honor. Their only reply to their terrified father is, "Should we let our sister be treated like a harlot?" They felt they had to act. But it really proves that deceit, disrespect, and violence ultimately just create a chaotic whirlwind of trouble for absolutely everyone involved.
So here is our ultimate food for thought for today's explainer. Listen closely to this. The moral of Genesis 34, we should not be like Shechem. We should respect the women, for wrongdoings have consequences, and no right can make a wrong correct. Again, everything Shechem tried to offer couldn't undo his first terrible action, and the brothers' violent revenge couldn't magically restore the peace. Actions truly matter.
All of this leaves us wondering, will peace ever truly return to Jacob's family after such a chaotic clash? We'll just have to see how their journey continues next time. Thank you so much for joining me for this energetic look at history. Click the bell button, like, share, and subscribe.